What is going on, guys? Got a church run vlog today. Nikki's on the R18. Look at her go. That is a motorcycle. I wish I could get as low as that bike right now and get all the angles of it. God, that thing is art. And we got old Paul Davis over here on the Moto Guzzi V7 Anniversario. Chromed out. He's been putting a ton of work into that bike. We finally got the factory headlight back in it and turn signals, and it finally looks amazing. Got all OEM parts on it. You got to get those OEM parts before they're discontinued on that rare ass motorcycle, and you won't be able to get them anymore. Just mobbing deep. Traffic is nil. It is perfect. We put a center stand on this one too, so it's easier for him to store it in the garage, and hopefully we can con him into buying this GT1000 Ducati that's for sale on Marketplace. That is absolutely the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. That'll completely get all of his motorcycle collecting done quickly and early. It's really all Paul needs is a Ducati now. Problem is most Ducatis, like, they're just not great to ride. If you're a cruiser guy and you just want to look cool and ride around and feel the wind, those Ducatis demand just a little bit more from you than that, and kind of makes the selection of buying them very hard. You know, most of the time you're hunched over, you know, you're in a full raised position on any of them, unless you get like a big ugly multi-strada or something, which those multi-stradas are great, but God, they're ugly. We can't be having that. Aesthetics over everything here, as you can see. But yeah, that Guzzi, look at that thing. That is Italian. You guys should look up the Moto Guzzi factory. It is on Lake Como, and it is the most beautiful factory, I think, in the world for manufacturing motorcycles. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Right on the lake. There used to be old photos of the guys out there fishing on the lake on their lunch breaks from the factory. Just so beautiful. And those V7s, man, if you guys are watching this and you just want like a really cheap, reliable motorcycle that'll get you A to B to just cruise around and have fun on, I cannot stress enough how good the V7 is. It's so user-friendly. It's so easy to maintain. As long as you don't need to put a clutch in it, oh my God, they're perfect to own. Oh man, they're easy. Doing valve adjustments on it, I did that in my garage in under an hour of valve adjustment, and I could even make a video on it to help other people out. It's so easy. And they're so approachable. They're like 55 horsepower, 50 horsepower. Plenty to do everything you need. Comes old Saint Nick, look at her go on the Ubermensch mobile. Get this thing in sixth. Yeah, I used a lot of my gas last night racing Nikki around on the 996. I tried to get a good video of us drag racing. I may have to clip it into here, but I missed second gear the first race, and she pulled out on me, and then I couldn't catch up to her, and then the second race she missed the second gear. So it wasn't as glorious as it could have been. Yeah, now we're up on the highway. It is so nice. Such a beautiful day. always hate when you gotta share a lane here when there's always someone coming from that eastbound traffic. This motorcycle here is just so nice. You could drive this bike every day. This could be your only motorcycle here and do 90% of everything you want to do. These Triumph Twins here are so reliable and strong. I'm so glad I bought this bike. It was an impulse buy, and then I had buyer's regret, like, what the hell did you need this bike? And then just got it paid off as quickly as possible, and now it's mine forever. On to the next. So crazy, you watch traffic and you see people inside of their cars, and when you're on a motorcycle you've got like this bird's eye view of everything. You don't have a cage around you, so you can just look through people, and it's so funny. Everybody's an individual and everybody's doing individual things inside of their vehicles, carrying on about their life. Lightning pickup, that's cool. Ford SVT Lightning truck. I always wanted one of those. Back in the day you get a really decent price for them, and now they're just, the prices are through the moon on those old supercharged trucks. Watch that terrible pothole. I wish I could get footage of it. There it is right there. Look at that thing. Holy shit, dude. That thing is like 8 inches deep. That thing is 6 to 8 inches deep. I cannot believe it just bent the front wheel on that motorcycle. Made a claim with the city on that, but all I got was a thank you out of Deborah, who I was dealing with. God bless her. But at least my insurance will sort it out, and they'll send me a check and we'll get it fixed. Kind of sucks because that S2R, I was really excited. I first bought the S2R, the fuel pump was bad. Then I had to order a fuel pump from Italy for it. That took over a month to get here. So the bike was down for so freaking long after I had just bought it. So I spent a lot of time detailing it and cleaning it up. And then I got it running, and then I've ridden it like 4 times maybe, and then I bent the shit out of the wheel on it, and now it's down for probably the rest of the summer. That's why you gotta own 7 of them, because at least 3 of your Ducatis will be broken at one time, I guarantee it. But not my German masterpiece and not my British glory here with my Triumph. They would never let me down. Pretty soon this Vinton curve is going to be gone, and it's going to be a sad day for me. I've thrashed this so many times in my life. It doesn't look like much of a curb on film, but it's a little bit bigger than it is if you get up here on it. You got a wide angle lens on here. It just doesn't give you the right depth of the turn. Hopefully it's pretty good turnout at Blip. That city skyline, our little craptacular flyover city. Yeah, I was in the group chat. Everybody got all enthusiastic that they were going to come with us, and Eric went to go get real coffee before he came here, so I don't blame him at all. Blips coffee is a kind of a crapshoot. Yeah, and I don't know if anybody else was coming. If they are, they're in my driveway. We left early today to try and beat the heat a little bit. So, any of you guys waiting at the house for me, I apologize. Silhouette on that bike. I don't even have to talk, you can just look at the thing, it's so mesmerizing. There goes old PD. Got him go. You want to race, old man? You want to race, old man? Yeah, I put a beat down on Nikki on the 996 last night. That girl, she was just asleep at the wheel. I wish I had some good philosophy for you kids today. Been reading a lot on Carl Jung, and it's pretty dark shit. Really opens your eyes to a lot of the people around you, and how superficial a lot of people are, and closed-mindedness. It's something that's always like a massive turn-off for me, is I'm around somebody who isn't really an individual. You know, I can smell a sheep a mile away, and I never like those kind of people around me. I get this uncanny feeling like I can't read them, I can't gauge them. And then it was just talking about friendships as well. You know, how one-sided friendships are 9 times out of 10. I've gotten to that point now in my life where I've cut everybody off that is one-sided, where they offer no value to me, but I am the value to them. You know, if it's not reciprocal, I'm out. It's just, life is too short. You know, a lot of my friends, you know, I handle things so well. I'm just an overman, and a lot of times you become everybody's father, and it's just kind of like, ugh, get away from me. I want to step with equals. Where's my equal at? And it brings you to this existential crossroads where you're like, dang, 90% of my friends are that. I love these industrial buildings down here. I'd love to like win the lottery, buy one of these, put a ton of old vintage windows in there, get a ton of natural light, and have a really cool car collection. You know, an unnamed building, just a freaking door, front light, and then you walk in there and it's just a crazy underground car and bike collection. There's so many cool little buildings down here you can do that with. It's a quiet one this morning. Not a lot of people here. At least we get plenty of shade. This is the hill part right here. Alrighty, kids. Well, end of vlog. End of vlog.